Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Strip by Sia, your podcast for strippers, sex workers, and all the fancy naked people in between. I am your host, Steph Sia, aka Kimchi on stage. I am a stripper. I'm also a digital content creator. You can find me at OnlyFans. And I used to be a former sugar baby many years ago. And I have been doing this podcast for the past couple years to talk about sex work in all its different forms. Basically, I interview different people every single week, whether they are clients, whether they are cam girls, sugar babies, porn stars, any kind of kink or fetish. Pretty much anything under the sun. I have done over 100 episodes already on various topics. If you have a request, please let me know. I'd be excited to hear about it and do some research, as what I did with this week's topic, which is all about live streaming, especially being on the platform Twitch. So I am so excited to actually bring a friend of mine onto the show. It's been a long time since I brought on some personal friends. It's mainly a lot of people I've been creeping, and then I'm like, hey, come on the show, and then let's be friends after. But I'm actually friends with the person in real life. She goes by the name of Chloe, and she is a live streamer. She is a Twitch affiliate, and I am so excited because I don't know too much about the Twitch world or the live streaming world. I am pretty worlds apart from it, so I'm really excited to learn about this really cool way of making money. So, Chloe, are you there?
Yes, hi.
Hi. I'm so excited to have you on. Thank you so much for coming to chat with me today. It's going to be a fun little hour, just you and I am excited to learn about the wild world of live streaming, because basically I have just seen your journey grow, literally in the past year and a half, because we were all scrambling last year, we lost all of our vanilla jobs and all this stuff happened. We're like, what are we gonna do? And we were chatting, and I was like, don't you Twitch on don't you live stream on Twitch? And you're like, yeah, I'm doing this and it's cool. And you were just super cash about it. I'm like, I think it's gonna blow up. I think you're gonna go somewhere. And then now look, you have over 60 K followers. There's so many live streams. I can't even keep up with everything that it is that you do. So I am just describing what I think I know what you do, but can you tell the audience in your own words and on your own terms who you are and what is it you?
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you so much for having me here, and hello everyone. My name is Chloe, but everyone calls me Coco online. I'm pretty flexible with both names. I react to both. Quite a bit on what I do. I do have a day job. I also do stream. I only stream part-time, but everybody thinks I stream full-time.
Yeah.
It's only because I think I have quite a bit of success on the platform, so it appears like I'm always streaming and always full-time, but I'm actually not. I'm actually known among my streamer friends to stream the least.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Ever. Yeah. It seems crazy, so I'm kind of known to not stream that much. And I also we both pole dance together.
Yes.
Yeah, I do a multitude of things. I'm currently working finance. I do all kinds of fun things.
Yeah, name the list. Go down the list.
There's so much stuff, but I would say a little bit introduction of Twitch. I've actually been streaming since November, so not even a year.
What?
Which is
considered
crazy. Yeah.
No way. I thought it was longer for some reason. Oh my god, time flies. Time flies.
No, not even a year. It's also because I think the amount of success I have is equivalent to a lot of people that have worked a lot longer. Mm-hmm. So sometimes people get quite confused, even with Instagram or etc. Mm-hmm. But I would say I'm a very everything I do, there's always a reason behind it. Mm-hmm. So everything I do, everything I launch, I always think carefully. So that's why, and I think carefully because we spoke about other aspects, fans and all that too. Yeah. So I'm someone that thinks very, very carefully on what I do, and everything is very planned. Yes. So including my growth on online platform, we actually, there's trajectories. I analyze a lot of data, and I plan and know roughly what direction it goes or how much it can grow, and I make these estimates and analyze my own data.
Totally, yeah, and that's so important too. Like with any kind, with any kind of platform, really, it's good to have projections. It's good to know where you can go. Have a goal to work towards, and kind of see where that trend is going. So, I mean, I'm so excited about all your success. I'm so happy for you. But basically, like, how did you get started? How does one get started? Because like I only know 2 other people that stream. But they like definitely like they're super hardcore gamers. One of them's like a really, really good friend of mine. She ended up quitting her full-time job here in Vancouver and moving down to LA to stream full-time, and then she started working for a video game company. But like, how does one get started? So I would assume that you have to play video games, obviously. You have to be a gamer, or tell us otherwise.
I feel like being or needing to game is just a misconception. I don't think you need to game, but I think a platform is still gaming mainly. So you should still want to game, even though you don't have to do mainly game. And it can be any games. Like, even play Tetris and someone will watch. But like, I would say I knew about Twitch a year before I started, but I'm such a like careful person. I always observe. I look at the trends. I look at what works for other girls and how people are successful or what people want to watch. So I observe all of that and I plan. And you realize streaming is really easy to do. It's just really hard to get an audience.
Yes.
So I actually spent a lot of time growing my social media before I grew my Twitch. That's why my Twitch was successful, because I had an audience ready and waiting, demanding to see more of me, essentially.
Yeah, and it's so true because like I don't want to say like fans are like rabbits, but like they will follow you wherever you go. Your fans will support you, right? And
yeah.
You're definitely a testament to that.
Like, my fans are, I'm gonna say I'm so grateful, and like they're so dedicated to me, and that's something that like I have a lot of streamer friends now, and we have like our own circles, and we talk and we discuss like and help each other. And even like everyone kind of is known for something, right? And in my group of friends, I'm known to be the one that streams the less but have the most dedicated fans.
Wow.
Yeah, out of all of them, and like in terms of earning is quite well too.
Yeah.
And everything is very careful and planned, and that's how it is. I feel like for a lot of people that are like a lot of your viewers are concerned about Twitch, I do encourage them to start. It's very easy to start, but I think the most important thing is you have to ask yourself, what is the reasoning on why you're starting? Like, are you doing it because you're gonna game or you want to have fun anyways? Then I think you should just do it for that. But if you want something out of it, like I did, then you're gonna have to plan your business strategy, your marketing strategy. Like, you have to gain your audience first before you start something like this.
Yeah, because it's really, really, really hard to. Because a lot of people, like, whether it's Twitch, whether it's OnlyFans, whether it's Instagram, whether it's YouTube, like, it's always the hardest part. And I get so many questions about people like, how do you build your audience? What are some good marketing strategies? How do you grow a following? And that's like the hardest part, especially when you're starting out on a new platform. Like it's really tricky. So I think that your strategy and the way that you modeled your business, I thought that was really, really smart, a really, really wise way to do it, because a lot of people will just, I know a lot of people, especially a lot of sex workers that try to do Twitch actually during the pandemic. Like, yes, we were all trying something new, whether it's camming or a lot of people jumping on OnlyFans or whatever. But people, I knew a few girls that wanted to try to check out Twitch and see if there's any way to monetize there, but then they weren't getting any viewership. So tell us about like when you first started Twitch. Like, how was that? Because I know your story is going to be different because you already had a bit of a following, but how were those first few streams? Was it awkward? What did you do, if you could even remember? Tell us about that. Take us down memory lane.
Yeah, no, I remember. So I think a lot of it is branding. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, I want to start something, they can't get started. It's because everything you do is, like, I'm such a calculated person that your branding is so important. And a lot of people, maybe they're like, they're on a, like, maybe they're camming or they're only doing something, or whether it's sex worker or not sex worker related, it doesn't matter. Even in your professional career, your branding is so important. And when they try to branch out to something else, they're not having success because you have to have your branding established every single day, not knowing if tomorrow you're going to do something different. It's all part of the branding. And for me, I knew I wanted to do Twitch. I knew I wanted to do either Twitch or YouTube because I analyzed. I actually grew my Instagram first. So when I started Twitch, I had like a 20K follower already on Instagram. And I grew my Instagram because I would observe. I look at girls with a lot of followings. What are they posting? Like, what are girls at 5K posting? What are girls at 10K posting? Right. Why are they growing? And at 10K, you realize your approach changes, your feed changes. Okay, so from 10 to 20K, what are the girls posting at 20K that's different from the girls at 10K?
Right. Yeah.
Right. And when you hit 20K, like, you're like, what are the girls at 30K posting that's different? And then you always have to change that. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. And when you do things like that, it's also like, what value do you have to bring to the table? I always, I actually do coach girls too.
Oh, okay.
I coach people.
Good to know. It sounds like it, because I was like, you sound like you have a formula here. And honestly, like, you'll probably get some people from my audience that are like, hey, sign me up.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you're going to get some DMs.
Yeah, no, it's fine. The thing is, if you DM me, please mention they're from you, because I do not see my DMs. It's just so crazy.
I was going to say.
If they DM me on Instagram, they say it's from you, I will, when I do see that, I will open it. But either way, it's like, I would say I do coach people, and a lot of things that, like, as harsh as it is, and I'm a very direct coach. Like, I don't want to sugarcoat things. I'm not going to just take your money, because so what it is like, what do you have to offer? Yeah. And that's not something I can tell you, because sometimes I see potential in people, sometimes I don't. But I'm not going to say that to them, not because I want to just take the money, but because it's not up to me to tell you your value. I've spent all my life dating men trying to tell me what my value is or isn't. It's not anyone to define to me my value. And when you are clear about your value, what your niche is, what you have to offer, and you perpetuate that is when people come to you, because you know your value, and nobody can tell you this otherwise.
That's so true. You said something there that was really important, which is finding your niche. And I've spoken about this on the podcast before, but it is really important that you set yourself apart from 20 other like Twitch streamers, or other OnlyFans girls or whatever, right? Like, it's really, really hard to offer something for everyone. And that seems like, maybe that's the route that you might want to take, but then, like, you're kind of spreading yourself too thin, and, like, people are like, what are you going to be known for? Basically, it's a question you want to ask yourself.
Yeah, you can be known for many things. Like, even for me, my viewers always get really, like, confused, because, like, I'm known for so many things. Yeah. Like, I'm known for so many things. Like, I'm known to be, like, a dancer. I'm known to, like, for my professional career. I'm known for, like, my streaming. Gaming, I can game, but I'm not known for gaming. I'm known as an Instagram influencer. Yeah. And there's thousands of hot girls online. The thing is, you need to define your branding, and you need to believe in your brand. It's like what I tell people: McDonald's sells burgers. There's thousands of stores that sells burger. Why is McDonald's so successful? Because they keep selling burger. They believe in it. They don't stop.
Yeah, totally. Good advice for sure. Like, and we'll definitely get more into branding in a little bit as well. But going back to the Twitch platform, like, how does it differ from other streaming platforms, like, say, YouTube? Because I think a lot of people, including myself, were in between. Do I want to be on YouTube, or do I want to be on Twitch?
That's a great question. I don't have exactly 100% answer to which one, because I was debating the two. Yeah. But I started with Twitch because I found it easier, to be honest. But I will be moving into YouTube very soon.
Oh, yay! This is exciting. Everyone stay tuned.
Of course.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Like, in what ways did you find it to be easier? Was it easier to set up, or, like, just user friendly, or, like, less things to do, or in what aspect?
Maybe everything. And besides, like, YouTube is great, but Twitch is currently I believe they're the number one streaming platform in North America.
Yes, I also read the same thing.
Yeah, because of that, like, you're looking for exposure, right? So YouTube is great. You can do both, but like it's a personal choice, I guess. I picked Twitch because for me, like, the reason why I'm moving YouTube is because I grew my Instagram and then I moved to Twitch and now I'm gonna move to YouTube. I do things calculated one at a time. Some people make the mistake of starting 5 things thinking it will work.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. And that's the thing. So for me, I built the demand for Twitch before. I'm always building demand for something. So prior to starting Twitch, I had people demand for me to live stream. Like, I actually generate the demand. That's why I chose Twitch, because they were wanting Twitch. I listen to my people too. And that's why they're also loyal to me. It's a give or take relationship. And going back to Twitch, like how I first started, it was not that, like, it was, like, my first few streams were kind of scuffed too, because I know a lot of people are kind of like, oh, I need to buy the best camera, I need to get this set up, I need to get that. But I just started, like, it's really easy. For me, why I had a demand was because I was an Instagram influencer, and Instagram has a live option.
Yes, it does. Yes.
So I did Instagram live once in a while, completely random, just to test the waters, see how people are responding, see if there was a demand, and then and also tease them with a demand. And that was part of the marketing. Like, everything I do is calculated. It was part of the marketing and branding. And there was enough demand. I let the people keep demanding, and then I moved to Twitch.
I like that. He's like, okay, I'll just give you a little tease for now, and then we'll, like, test the waters, see how it goes, and then people are like, give me more.
Yeah. And streaming for me wasn't awkward, actually, because I'm very comfortable and used to talking in general. And when I do live stream, I was just, like, very natural and attentive already. I'm just the kind of person I am. I feel like everyone's born with talent. Unfortunately, I'm not talented and smart enough in math or, like, certain things, but this was my talent, and I knew it. I identified my talent. I knew my niche. I knew my value, so I just pushed it. And then when I first started streaming, the only awkward part was because it was during a pandemic, and I was actually kind of upset because I broke up with my ex-boyfriend.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But, like, and I had a lot of free time, so I did it, but it wasn't difficult. You start, maybe not a lot of people would come support you, but surprising for me, it was quite a bit because I already had an existing fan base.
Yeah.
So I would say I grew quite quickly. And that's why it's so important for me to tell people not to start multiple things, because when people go to your Twitch, they want to click and look into your stuff. Yeah. They click on your Instagram, they see it. Like, you know, an Instagram influencer is streaming on Twitch. That's a branding.
Totally. That goes right back into the whole branding conversation earlier, for sure. So important. Super, super important. I know you mentioned, like, when people are hesitant to start something, and it can be with anything, but, like, I guess in terms of, like, just being live, like, in terms of live streaming, people are hesitant because, like, hey, I don't have the best camera, and hey, I don't have, you know, a good mic or whatnot, or good lighting. What do you need to set up if you know, we were wanting to start a Twitch account?
Just buy a cheap webcam. That's all you need.
There we go. So you don't need anything fancy. You don't need any kind of no mic. Oh my gosh.
Like, it was a shitty, like, a headset.
Oh yeah.
A shitty headset.
So you could literally start with very, very minimal equipment, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people stress too much. Like, I've seen girls go, like, asking me, like, I think the one thing I don't like, and this is kind of off topic, but I want to share, is I feel like a lot of people come into my life and they try to take from me, including a lot of girls try to take from me, like, my knowledge, my expertise.
Yes.
And it's annoying because it's like, I would love to treat you like a friend, and if we're friends, I would be very generous and share this information with you as a friend, and not ask for monetary value. But when you approach me and you're not wanting to be my friend, and you're just trying to take, I can feel it. I might not say it, but I can tell. And I've had lots of girls try and take from me, and I do share advice because I'm just generally, like, I'm not very petty when it comes to relationships. So I do share some advice. Like right now, whatever I'm telling you, like these things could, like I can charge for coaching. I'm happy to share, right? And when I share with them, and they're like, "Oh, I want to get the best camera. I'm gonna get all this," and I tell them they don't need to, but they do it. They do all these things, and I watch them, and they stream. I stream about. I used to only stream 4 hours a week, and now I stream 6. But they stream like 30 hours a week.
What? Holy crap.
Like 20, 30, and then they're like not even growing. And I'm like, with like the best equipment. And I'm like, what do you have to offer? Your camera's not going to make you offer anything more.
That's so true. Oh my gosh. You really, really hit it on the nail there, on the head there, because like a lot of people think or equate that great equipment or the best equipment on the market is going to equal numbers. And it doesn't.
It's not. No,
it doesn't. You need to have a personality. Sometimes people just don't have a personality. And like, honestly, you can't just rely on being hot either.
No, absolutely not.
Right?
I don't think I'm hot. like
You're hot.
This sounds weird. But thank you. But like, I've seen pretty girls fail, and I've seen girls that are, like, I wouldn't say they're not pretty. They're also pretty, but more average looking girls do extremely successful.
Yeah.
I honestly define myself as not a hot girl. Like, I have seen hot girls. I know how hot girls look. But I would say that I know how to brand myself, and I know my niche. And my niche is cute looking girls.
Yes.
So, like, I know that, like, I know how hot girls look, but I wouldn't go that route. Like, I'm not gonna, like, I don't have small tits. I don't have a boob job. I'm not going to try and, like, pretend that I have big tits. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Small tits are great. Like, I'm just going to go with it. Like, right? Like, I just know my niche. I'm, like, a cute, small tit, petite kind of Asian girl. And I love, you own up to it. And I bring this point up because I feel like this is, whether you're in sex work, not sex work, entertainment, anything, I feel like a lot of girls undervalue themselves.
Yeah.
They, like, I say a lot, like, what do you have to offer? But when I say that, it's not just looks. I mean, looks can be part of the question, but you're like, a lot of girls undervalue on what's great about them, and they keep trying to offer things that other people are currently offering, trying to compete with what they cannot compete with.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Words of wisdom here. Totally. And I totally understand everything that you're saying, and I see it a lot too. But yeah, like people, like, going back to what you said, what it is that you have to offer, you know, like, again, you need to sell your personality. And it's not really about selling, but like, you need to let your personality shine. People are wanting to follow you for that. They want to follow you. Did you want do you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, I think this is kind of weird, but this is just us talking because we are friends, and we know mutual people. I'm not going to say who, but there's like girls that I know with you in person that you may or may not be close with them, that I know that really care about how they look on Instagram.
Yes.
And every single photo they spend, like, they take like 50 shots for that one photo and etc. And I'm like,
yes.
Like, no offense, but like in my head I'm like, bitch, like, if you look good in your photo, you look good in your photo. If you don't look good in one photo, people are going to look at your feed and see 20 great photos of you. That one good photo isn't going to ruin your image.
Yeah.
If you take 50 photos and you don't look good in 49 of them, chances are you probably just don't look that good. Like, just let it go and then embrace that, right? Like, it sounds, so I talk really mean, and this might irk your viewers too, but I'm a very straightforward person, and I spit facts. Like, I don't, like, everyone in your life is gonna coddle to you and tell you you're amazing and you're special, but like,
you're just telling it like it is. Which is great, which is fine. Honesty is the best policy, right? So we were talking about, like, Twitch isn't just for gamers, right? So I know when I was looking at between Twitch and YouTube last year, and I went with YouTube, but there's also like a Twitch lifestyle area as well. Would you fall into that category, or would you fall into the gaming category?
Yeah, that's a good question. Definitely lifestyle. I was really glad you bought that. I'm sorry I didn't really address it.
No, that's
so
okay.
So the thing on Twitch is, like, it used to be like, it is still, gaming is a big part. It's still the number one streamed category. The thing is, it's not just gaming. I have a girlfriend that only does cooking. That's all she does. She just does cooking shows. And lately I've been doing pole fitness streams. Like, you can stream whatever you want. You can stream art. You can stream yourself eating.
Yeah.
You can stream anything that you want. People, oh my god, there's a new category that's big that I kind of think is hilarious.
What is it?
Working.
Working? Really?
People stream themselves working, and
so interesting.
A shit ton of people go in and watch them work.
Like, they're just on their laptop just typing away, or just like, and like, what?
Yeah, they're streaming on their computer, and they're working, and they'll play music, and then they might have a timer. So when a timer's up, they will take a break and talk to whoever's in there, and then after that they'll go back working. I guess this pandemic's kind of like lonely, so a lot of people are working at home, and they don't want to work alone because there's no coworkers, so they go into these streams.
That's really interesting. Like, I feel like that has such a voyeuristic approach to it, and I feel like in general with how media is moving, so in terms of like for example, Instagram, you know how it started off with just pictures, right? And then it moved over to video, and then now it's moved over to stories, and then now it's also moved over to incorporate like live streaming. I feel like, or do you feel like, I'll throw the question to you, like, do you feel that people like being watched, or there's a certain something about knowing that you're being watched? What do you think about that?
This is weird, but I feel like people are more and more voyeurs. Like, you know, like everyone just streams their life now, and it's kind of like, I don't know, I kind of enjoy it too in a way, because I feel like the main character, like somebody's watching me and it's not God anymore. It's kind of cool, I guess. Yeah, I think with the trend, like, I feel like you just, in general, you can just stream anything and be successful. Mm-hmm. It's just like, you just like have to like perpetuate that value of yours, but it's just pretty low value. Like, low maintenance, and you can start however you like. But if you want more, like if you want to become well known or have success, I mean, the success is something you define, but if you want to be known or be affiliate or partner, then you have to dedicate a little bit more time. But you can do that as you go and as your comfort level grows too.
For sure, and we'll be talking about affiliate later as well in the show. But going back to that, I mean, on the same topic with voyeurism, like when people think voyeurism, I think before it came with like a creepy kind of connotation, like the guy in the corner that's like kind of watching you kind of image. But then, as you said earlier too, like, I just feel like the trend is, this is kind of normal, and people like watching other people, and people like being on display. Where do you sit in all this?
Like, what do you mean by where do I sit? Like, how do I feel that people are watching me?
Yeah, do you ever feel like awkward? Do you ever feel uncomfortable? Are there days that you don't feel like streaming, or if you feel obligated that you have to stream?
Oh, 100%. So
yeah, tell us.
I don't feel awkward because I'm just very comfortable with the camera. It's just there are times where I don't want to stream. Like yesterday I was really tired, but I still stream because for me it's different. So when you first start streaming, it's not that hard to get Twitch affiliate. So I got Twitch affiliate, which is not too hard. Like, it can take people months, but I got it in a week. In general, it's not that hard for people that have some kind of friends, or like, even if you have friends, they can help you get affiliate.
Wait, hang on. What does Twitch affiliate mean for users and for the audience that does not know what the hell Twitch is? Like, what does affiliate mean? Yes,
that's a great question. So with Twitch, you can earn money by having PayPal set up so people donate money to you.
Okay, gotcha. There we go.
Yeah, another way to make money is through subbing on Twitch. So subbing means they pay a subscription fee a month, and then they get like these emojis they can use that you put up. It's interesting. Like, you put the emojis up, you put whatever. So my emojis are on my face. Like, like, that's a trend. Like, they're supposed to be like you.
That's so amazing. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
So, if they subscribe, like, they get your emojis. They get no advertising when they click into your stream. They get, like, I don't know, like, other perks, like, because for bigger streamers, they can set it that, like, you can't talk to them unless you sub. I don't do that.
Oh, wow.
Like, it's like you're really big. Like, you have millions of people trying to talk to you, then I might consider doing that too.
Hey, you might get there next year. Who knows?
No. But you know what I mean? It's like it's something you can set these rules. It's very flexible on how you want to set things.
Right.
So you can't have people subscribe to you until you hit Twitch affiliate.
Okay.
And there's certain things you need to do to hit Twitch affiliate. You need 50 subscribers, or sorry, 50 followers.
Oh, okay.
Which is like, it can be really hard for some people.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be really easy if you have 50 friends.
Yeah, totally. It's like, there you go, done.
Right? But like, you know, for a lot of people that like, oh, maybe I don't have friends on Twitch or I don't want my friends to know, then yeah, it can be really difficult. But yeah, so 50 followers. And there's other things too, like you have to stream amount of hours, you have to have 3 viewers. So yeah, all that jazz. And then you get to be affiliate, which means now people can subscribe to you. And Twitch will split some of the subscription money with you. Not a lot.
Oh, okay. So
like, they'll split half. It's very minimal. But it's something. It's something.
Still something.
And then being partner is much harder.
Right.
Also, like there's hour requirements, days requirements, audience requirements, etc. And then Twitch will give you a little bit more money. And it's also like part of the branding because now you get to tell people you're a Twitch partner.
Yeah, totally. So
and
cool.
I would actually like to say I'm probably getting partnered like this month, if not next.
Yay! Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. How many followers do you need for partner?
Followers don't matter anymore. It's the viewers that matter. You need to have minimum 75 viewers on average.
Okay, yeah, that's like per stream.
Yeah. I think I have average 122 right now. I'm sitting at.
Amazing, girl, killing it, killing it. Oh my gosh, so many questions for you. So many questions.
Yes.
Yes. So in terms of like sub prices, is this something that Twitch will indicate like and set those boundaries in terms of like what the sub price is, or is that something that you have a say in, or how does that part work in terms of like the monetization aspect of it?
So Twitch sets the sub price. I lost track because they kept changing it. The sub price used to be like $5 USD.
Yeah.
But then Twitch launched something where if you're in different countries, you pay a different price.
Oh, so it's not the same across the board.
No, which actually I think makes it super weird. But
that is interesting.
I'm not going to argue with them. Like, I don't get it, but I'm staying out of it. But like, yeah, so they do have that kind of sub price. I am big on getting PayPal donations, but I think sub price is more of like, it keeps the community growing because when people use your emojis, even when they go around other streams, it kind of advertises for you.
Yeah.
And I believe they get a notification if they subscribe to you, like when you stream. So it just helps in that aspect. But I don't think too much. Like, I don't think you have to do it. It's just more of a long-term game, I would say, if you do sub instead.
Yeah, for sure. And that's such a cool feature because like you're basically like your emojis, for example, like that's like a walking billboard.
Yeah.
You know?
They're just cute little emojis. I don't think much for them. Like,
that's so cool.
I don't understand them. I literally had to talk to my friend this morning how I don't understand them. So I might not be a good person to ask for this, but it is quite popular.
That is really, really cool. I mean, I've never heard of anything like this, but obviously, like, I'm not on Twitch anymore, so I'm like, oh, this is so cool. What about, like, in terms of the platform itself, how is it for safety? Because I'm sure with any kind of live streaming platform or any kind of public-facing platform. Oh, wait, hang on. Another question here, too, actually. Is it public, or do you need to have an account to watch your streams? Is the first question.
That's an amazing question. It's actually public. Anyone can watch it.
Oh.
But I do suggest you to sign up for an account because then you click the follow button. Even though, like, when you follow, though, you can get annoying emails telling them when they stream. But you can go to your settings and turn that off. But you should always follow just because it's, like, a very nice thing to do for someone.
Yeah, so everyone go follow Coco. We'll put all of the links and stuff at the very, very end of the show, so you'll have to keep listening. So what else here? So yeah, I was gonna ask you, yes. So is it public? Yes. Going back to safety, sorry, yes. So safety. So with any kind of like live streaming platform, like for example, I have a YouTube account for Instant Noodles, right? Which is not sex work related at all, but like for example, like I'll get some creepy messages sometimes, be like, hey, I love the way you brush your hair and I've been watching you for a while, like stuff like that. Do you ever get messages that cross your boundaries like that, or how is that for you?
I'm okay because I'm pretty like careful, but I
Mm-hmm.
would suggest everyone to be super careful. I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, these people online are so nice, like they're all my friends, and I'm gonna be nice to them. But you, not that I don't say like they're not nice people, but you gotta think twice. Like you gotta be really
Yes.
careful.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't realize that, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just like they share their addresses, they
Oh
share
my
their location,
God.
they tell you're gonna realize really quickly on Twitch, everyone is very, very careful on not even saying or doxing where they're kind of located
Yeah.
because people can be quite a lot, and I say that because I find the crowd on Twitch like they're really nice people,
Yeah.
but they're quite curious people.
Mm-hmm. Elaborate on that if you want to share.
Yeah, they might not understand as well boundaries. Like
Mm.
in terms of like what is or isn't acceptable. Like I
Mm-hmm.
had like I'm in Toronto now. I had a viewer tell me, oh, and he's a long term viewer of mine. He's
Yeah.
dedicated. Like I do know he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Like I do trust that he's a nice guy. And he's like, oh, like I'm gonna be in Toronto. How about I come? Like oh my god, I'll come in your stream on the weekend for your birthdays. My birthday's coming up, but I'm like.
Yes.
No, like that's like it's fine. He's like, oh no, it's like fine, I'm safe, and I'm like, dude, thinking, I know you're safe, but I don't want to share my address. It's just that's where my boundaries are. I don't think they
Yeah.
understand that. But he's like,
Totally.
if I say no, there's nothing you can do it because I never gave him any hint of where I
Anything.
am. But
Yeah.
some people just don't understand this, and they don't mean it in a bad way. They just
Mm-hmm.
don't understand it. So you have to be extra careful.
Yeah. Like, have you ever heard, like, with your other streaming friends, has anything ever bad happened to them or, like, any creepy like, threats or anything like that? Because I know, like, things on the internet can go from, like, 0 to 100, like, real fucking quickly.
I've had people like hurt like people like spamming them like they have the address to send them a bunch of letters like love letters.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's not the worst though.
That's
Like,
not,
what
that's not
can go
bad.
so much worse,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. But I'm surprised, like, if people are, like, giving their addresses. I'm like, great. Yeah, I'm sure it's a really great community, but you just, like, never know. It's really, really hard to trust anyone out there.
Oh, 100%. So, yeah, I don't know what to say because I don't want like I always have people think twice. But in general, I feel like for safety wise, if you're careful, things should be okay. I haven't heard of
Mm-hmm.
anyone having any creepy stories. Like I'm sure there are lots out there. I haven't experienced anything too creepy. But I can tell you, viewers sometimes they can love you a lot and then quickly like just switch like that. So you
Really?
gotta be careful. Like because
What?
sometimes they love you and they want something from you. Like they might
Mm.
want your attention and you don't give it. They just snap. So you gotta set
Really?
the boundaries early on. And a lot of girls don't know how to set boundaries and then they get pushed around by their own viewers or they get guilt tripped there or they get
Mm.
manipulated.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to talk about that too. Like, do you ever feel like you just have to do things for for your fans, or for the sake of streaming, or like, do you ever feel pressure in that way or aspect?
I think you're always doing something for like it's not for fans. You're doing things for content. Like that's just
Mm-hmm.
how it is. Like honey, you're online, and that's what you're a content creator,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Um. So yeah, but you shouldn't be custom into like or sorry, be manipulated into your like pushing your boundaries.
yeah, yeah.
I think that's really important, and that I don't allow and I don't let it happen at all.
That's good. I just feel like, I mean, this can happen to anyone, whether it's Twitch or any other kind of platform that you're on, with the pressure to make content or the pressure to make certain content that you may or may not be okay with. I feel sometimes, especially like, and just talking about like in general with sex work,
Mm-hmm.
if people are new to sex work and they're like, oh yeah, I can do that, but they're not really okay with that. Like I feel like that's a very common situation to be in, but I'm really glad that you're able to like push back and be like, oh hell no, this is not like I'm not down for this.
Yeah, I'm actually glad you brought that up because you mentioned before, like a lot of sex workers do want to go on Twitch, and I see that happen a lot too. But I
Yeah.
just want to say you have to be extremely careful because
Yes.
Twitch has very strict guidelines.
Yes, it does. Can you speak to us
Like,
about that?
yeah, so I'm gonna be quite frank. I'm not 100% sure with how sex work is like. for a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see how it can be difficult when girls start sex work and they don't know the boundaries and they think they're comfortable. Then they change their mind and they feel like they can't back out, which is not true.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm not 100% sure about sex work, but I know for sure on Twitch, like, or on all platforms, they're not super welcoming on sex workers in general. And Twitch also has very strict rules on not showing under boob. Obviously, no
nudity,
slip or vagina, no nudity, no even like pole dancing. I'm playing with a very, very gray area. Like, I do pole fitness streams, and I always make sure to say pole fitness, because if you do pole dancing, it's very on the borderline of them not liking it.
Yes, I was just gonna say that, because then, like, even with platforms like TikTok and stuff, there's so many pole dancers that are kicked off of that or suspended, because that goes, I mean, and I'm saying this in quotation marks, it goes against like their terms of service, and that also is in line with like Twitch has a very, very similar terms of service as well that doesn't like sex workers. So yeah, you have to be really careful.
I would say that comes back to branding, right? Like, are you branding yourself as a sex worker on these platforms? Because I feel like that's where the problems comes, right? Like, if like when you go post a TikTok, or you posting to show people, like, how do I say this? Because I'm a pole dancer too, and there's like amazing aspects and fitness sides of pole dancing, and there's also the very sultry, more stripper where you touch and you're seduced kind of side, right?
Yeah.
So then that's up to you which side you're putting out. So when I do pole fitness, I am putting out the fitness aspect. I might still do a booty shake and all, but it's like my core and the branding is still focused on the fitness. So that's why I'm in the gray area and I'm able to be okay. But Twitch can change their mind anytime, and I can still get in trouble. But
yeah, gotta be careful.
So I know a lot of sex workers are interested in Twitch, and the thing with them is, like, not with them, but like a lot of girls, they're branding themselves as a sex worker, and they're really trying to push that aspect out, and that's why they're getting in a lot of trouble too.
Yeah, they're getting kicked off the platform too, and also, like, because you mentioned Twitch is also linked with PayPal. Sex workers, PayPal also hates sex workers as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really, really tricky. Like, especially, and advice for you, just in case. I mean, you're not like outwardly, like, your content is pretty, like, it's not super suggestive compared to other content that's out there, but just when people are sending you money for PayPal, just make sure it's like nothing about any kind of sexual service. But I know you don't offer that at all, but like sometimes there are some red flag terms that they don't like, and then they can close down your account without you withdrawing money, which is really crazy. Which is another, yeah, it is crazy, but it's like a reality that a lot of us sex workers unfortunately like live through, because that's just what happens when the internet doesn't like what we do. So, which is a side topic, so we won't be getting into that. If you want to listen to that, listen to episode 68, which is all about fintech. But going back to Chloe here, steering the conversation back.
That makes me so mad to hear. And like, we've talked off camera a little bit about sex work before, and I don't want to define too much on what is or isn't sex work, because I feel like everyone's definition of sex work is different. Like, is what I'm doing considered sex work? I don't know, right? Like, is streaming online, playing games, appealing to men, is that considered sex work? It's like, some people may not think so, but some people may think so, right? It's like even when you do sex work, okay, you're trading a service for money. Is that wrong? But
it's
like,
not
when
wrong.
you go to work at 9 to 5, you're trading your soul for money.
Yeah.
Is that wrong? Like,
yeah.
Right?
You're trading
like,
your soul.
And these are things that I feel like it's up to everyone to decide. And I think it's so unfair that people define it and put it on other people. Because I've had lots of people try to call me a sex worker, and like, I'm like, am I or am I not? Like, this one, I'm not going to define it, because I don't think it's, like, I may define it myself, but like, I'm not going to think it's anyone can define it. Because it's like, are you not selling your soul getting yelled at by your boss 9 to 5? And, don't people sleep with their boss to get promotions? Like, I don't know. Like, that's a lot going on, right? There's nothing going on. There's no job better or worse than another. I think they're all equal. However, I do know, often I've noticed, for example, as a pole dancer, I know people are like, oh, I'm a pole dancer, I'm not a stripper. Or some strippers are like, oh, I'm a stripper, I'm not
A pole
an
dancer.
escort.
Oh,
Or like
yeah.
escort. Or like
Yeah.
escorts are like, oh, I'm an escort, I'm not a prostitute.
Right.
And it just keeps going down the line. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, why is everyone just shitting on each other?
Yeah, it's a hierarchy because people think that some forms of sex work are better than others, or if people are not doing any types of like full service or in-person work, then they think that their work is better. But I mean, that's just some internal struggles that we have within our community, which is like a really shitty thing, which I've talked about ad nauseum on this podcast. But it's always reoccurring. It's always going to be there, unfortunately. I just really wish that there can be some harmony amongst us. But like going back to what you said about like, is this a form of sex work? I feel like some parts can be, which is why I brought you on the show, because some people can look at it and say like, this is just like camming. This is exactly what camming is. But like camming sites like My Free Cams and like Chatterbait, yes, there's nudity involved. But here, like even when I do my live stream on OnlyFans, I'm not getting naked all the time. It just depends on what the theme is for the stream or whatever I'm advertising. But like I want to draw a parallel between live streaming on Twitch and being suggestive sexually, and also drawing it with like camming too, because not everyone's always getting naked on cam. I mean, eventually it happens, but like I feel like there's a lot of similarities that we can draw from here. So yeah, like it's an interesting topic, right? It's totally subjective.
Like, I'm a big supporter of sex workers, and like I know like Twitch is very, very strict. Like they don't allow any kind of nudity, and like personally, like I don't offer sexual services. But do I think I'm better than sex workers? I don't think so. I think it's like I'm still offering my time. I'm still wearing cute little like cosplays or like cute little suggestive crop tops on stream, talking to men. There's women too, but like talking to them and like just getting to know them. And like I'm not 100% familiar with sex work, but I do know even when you're a cam girl, you're talking to your people, and it's not always sexual. Yeah,
some people just want to know like what's going on in your day, and like what are you doing today, and like some people do. There's like cam sites that I know, like sometimes it, like people just like are cleaning their house or doing like super mundane things, and it's going back to that whole voyeuristic outlook on life and that whole like perspective that I feel like a lot of people are adopting, and it's becoming more and more mainstream, that it's just kind of like commonplace now. So whether you're on Twitch watching somebody that you like, or whether you're YouTube, whether you're on My Free Cams, I feel like there's always a performer aspect who's giving a service, which is their time or whatever show that they're doing, and there's always going to be the client or the viewer. So I feel like in some ways, like I would definitely consider this to be sex work related, but it depends. I'm not saying that people doing a cooking live stream is sex work unless they're naked. I mean, it's hard to define.
I'm not saying that they're like they're doing sex work, but it's still related because girls wear low cut tank tops to cook. They're actually cooking, but they're wearing low cut tank tops.
Yeah.
Like, you think we're doing this because we want let's be honest, like we wear low cut tank tops because we tell people that's what we wear. Let's be honest. You cook at home. How often do you wear a low cut tank top with like a push up bra? Like we all know. Like it's just part of the business.
It's just part of the business. And like when I used to have a show called See It in the Kitchen on Instagram. I used to just be cooking in my bra. I mean I actually do cook in my bra at home a lot, but like people want to see that.
Yeah,
people want to watch, and there's a sexualized aspect to it. So this is such a great conversation. I love it so much. Like so good. So much great conversation here. Like this is so stimulating.
But yeah, it's just I think it is important to talk about these things. I feel
absolutely.
I feel like definitely there's still a lot of hate against sex workers. Like it's 2021. I'm such a supportive person, and I even have friends tell me like oh, like you're a streamer, like you have nothing to do with sex work, because I have a lot of sex worker friends, including you, and
Yeah.
and a lot of people tell me like you're not a part of them. I'm like, I'm not a part of them. Like I mean, I don't do any nudity and I don't offer any sex service. However, am I not selling my soul for the attention of other men? Like I don't like what is like define it. I guess like if you want to define sex as like being a penis inside a vaginal, but sure, but are men like can you and I 100% guarantee that men watching my stream are not touching themselves?
Right? Right?
Exactly. I can't guarantee that. So why don't you just embrace it?
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole point of having you on the show is to really help normalize this because there's nothing wrong with sex work. It's a legitimate profession. You can make a considerable amount of money doing it, or whether you're in transition, maybe you're coming out of sex work, maybe you're coming into it. It's just a job. End of story.
Yeah. I think it's like it's up to the person to define, right? Like
yes,
like everyone defines it differently.
Absolutely.
But it should be up to that person to define and not other people, I feel like.
Yes, people should not be, especially non-sex workers, should not be defining what sex workers are. They shouldn't be like slapping a label.
DM me telling me like I'm a sex worker and like telling me like, how do you work? Because I work professionally, a day job.
Yeah.
How do you go to work with this? I'm like, Mom, my work friends know what I do. Like my colleagues.
Right.
They would imagine I've seen my online stuff. I'm not doing anything illegal.
Yeah.
Like that's not for you to decide. Like relax.
Just relax. And speaking of which, I mean, if my audience wants to check you out on your Twitch stream, what can we expect from you? From your shows?
So I'm streaming under the name Coco Baby, Babii, because I can't spell Baby apparently. So COCOBABII. I might change the name later when I get partner. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
But as of now, that's still the name. It's interesting when I stream. It's really random, but because I want partner, I do have a very like consistent schedule.
Yeah.
So in the past, I used to play horror games on Thursdays because I enjoy horror games.
Yeah.
But now, Wednesday, Thursday, I kind of just do a lot of just chatting because my community has grown so much that they want to talk to me about my week. So we have like a day of just talking to them.
I love that. And I forgot to even ask you, I think you really briefly mentioned earlier and I forgot to ask earlier, but like, how often do you need to stream or how many hours do you have to stream? And I know it would probably vary from level to level. So can you quickly go into that as well?
It's completely up to you. Like, unless you want, like, affiliate or partner.
Yeah.
But those are, like, really strict rules I don't want to go too deep into. But, like, I'll just go for affiliate. Affiliate you just need is really easy. It's, like, I think, like, 12 hours in, like, the last 30 days or something. It's not hard. It's just not hard to do. But, if you want to hit partner, then it's a lot. You have to do 24 hours in, like, 30 days or something like that.
Damn.
I don't remember. But, I would say on average, people stream 2 to 3 hours a stream.
Wow.
Actually, 3 hours. 3 hours a stream is average.
Okay. That's a good afternoon. Or an evening. Or morning.
But you have to keep in mind, you're doing the whole point of Twitch is you're doing what you normally would do.
Yes.
And you're just sharing it.
Yes.
So if you normally are going to game for 3 hours, or you're normally going to cook anyways, you're just doing what you normally do. That's the whole point.
Yeah. There you go. I love it. You make it sound so easy. I mean, it does sound pretty easy. So, yay.
If you're doing what you normally do.
Yes. Good point.
For me, it's different. Like, I actually have the schedule and all this stuff now that I've planned. But for most people, doing what you normally do. And you're spending time with people online. And then, so I do that on weekdays. Sometimes I play games. Weekends, I do a pole fitness stream now. It's kind of new. I started this month.
Fun.
Pole fitness stream. It's been really good, actually.
I bet. That's so fun. And I've seen you, like, dress up in costumes and stuff.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, they like it when you wear costumes. Sometimes I wear cosplays. Like, you might as well. They're cute. Like, you buy all these costumes. Why wait till Halloween?
Yeah.
Might as well wear it now. I go out and eat. Like, I do a lot in real life, so I eat with friends and I stream that. Like, it's fun. You go shopping and stream that. Like, it's just whatever you want to click the live button, you can just click it.
Anything goes, people. Anything literally goes. Just not nudity things. So don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't
the
do
rules
that.
are super strict. Like, no nude, no under boob. Like, you can show cleavage. Sexy is allowed. Cleavage is allowed. But no slips. Even for talking wise, I believe you're not allowed to advertise any kind of sex work. I believe. So I'm not super familiar. Even with talking wise, I say like the most inappropriate jokes because I make a lot of sex jokes. That's literally my personality in real life. But I think it's still like it's still very gray area, but I just do it because that's like who I am. I can't hide it. There's not a lot of very funny sex jokes.
Well, everyone listening, you'll have to jump onto Twitch and watch Chloe's stream. We'll be sure to mention all of the handles at the end of the show, but we do have some questions that came in from the audience too that I hope you have some time to address and answer, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I know you briefly mentioned this earlier, but what is the best way to promote yourself / bring people to your Twitch channel?
Best way to promote yourself. You just have to start somewhere. Like, you have to have one platform. Like, I know it sounds crazy because it's like, oh, so if I don't have an Instagram, like, does that mean I can't do Twitch? But I feel like that is the best way. Like, it's all marketing, right? You got to launch things properly. But there are a lot of successful streamers that just start on Twitch. With those, then you're going to have to do the not hard way, but like I spent a lot of time grinding for my Instagram and then move to Twitch. So if you start with Twitch only, then you're going to spend a lot of time grinding your Twitch, which means you're going to stream way more than like 3 hours of stream. You're going to be like that girlfriend of mine that I know that stream like 30 hours a week.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Like, you're going to have to grind. But the good thing is you can just stream. Like, if you're going to sit there and game or watch TV, you can literally stream that. Like, you're just going to have to keep grinding to get that crowd in the beginning.
Yes. Like, as much as we said, like, how simple it is, yes, it is simple to start an account and start a channel. But there is always going to be the aspect of hard work that goes into anything. And I feel like a lot of people, and I really want to drive this point home, is that, like, you're going to have to work if you want to have some success on this platform. So I'm glad you brought that up too. Like, you have to, like, you didn't start, like, you had to work hard to get where you are today, obviously. So good messaging across the board. Okay. So have you ever met a fan in real life?
Oh my, yes.
Yes? Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm trying to think where to start. So there's something called a TwitchCon, like a Twitch convention, where people can buy tickets and everyone can meet up. So I actually haven't been to it yet.
Okay.
So that's not how I met them. But most people meet like that. I met because this guy's in Vancouver, and he was very supportive of me when I started streaming, and I was going through some hard times, and he was supportive of me off stream. So we became friends because, like, you can have a feel of some people, or like you vibe with. I vibe with him, and he didn't want anything from me.
That's awesome.
Like, nothing sexual. Like, it's not, or like he wasn't infatuated with me. He was literally treating me like a friend. Like, he wouldn't insult me and, like, you know, joke, like literally as a friend. So that's when I felt safe to meet up with him. And he was hesitant too because he wasn't actually sure I was meaning it. But we met up and we were both like actually acting like normal people, like normal friends. And yeah, we just became friends. I wouldn't say he's a fan, but I've met a lot of people online.
Cool. Yeah. I think it's pretty normal to be people online, especially nowadays in this day and age. Like, sometimes
it's 2021.
Yeah, it's 2021, right? Like, why does there have to be, like, a weird stigma around it? Like, I feel like that's how I've met most of my friends in the past, like, couple of years is, like, through the internet. So, not a bad thing.
Yeah, like, how else would I have all these streamer friends? I obviously met them online, and I love them. They're, like, actually really good friends. And it's best because we're all streamers, so they know what I go through, or, like, we can support each other, and we understand better than ever.
Yeah, I love it. Is the dating game hard for you, being a badass kawaii girl? I love that.
Dating wise, okay, that's a hard one because I feel like a lot of guys actually approach you for clout, as weird as that sounds.
Totally.
Like, guys approach you because they want to show off and be like, oh, I'm talking to this hot influencer, hot Instagram streamer or model, like, you know, they want to show off, and like, I don't actually think they're genuine. So I think in general I'm just very careful, especially with these situations, that I'm like, nah, I gotta think twice when I date people. And I think I'm not young either, so my standards for dating is like I'm very incredibly high. It's like if they're not worth it, I don't even want to waste my time on them.
Yes. Standards should be high, for sure. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, so because of that, I would say being online in any kind of aspect will affect your dating game.
Yes.
Especially because I'm so sexy online. Like, that's my brand. Like, I'm the cute, kawaii, but kind of spicy kind of girl. But in real life, like, I think, like, we met, and I've always been kind of, like, a little more, like, I'm savage, but to girls, I'm, like, shy. A little more shy. Like, I'm not, like, that sexy. And that's the thing, and like when you meet guys and they all think you're just like a sex goddess, and I'm like, no, I'm just a regular. I'm really geeky. Like I like anime, I like gaming. Like I'm just very geeky, but just feisty like girl. That's all.
I love it. Total package. If anyone is listening.
Oh, you're so freaking sweet.
And this is another question here. So does she find that she has to play the Asian stereotype? And this came from an Asian girl, just in case.
Yeah, you sometimes do. Like, not stereotype as in, like, you have to be timid or not, but you can joke around with it.
Yeah. Play around with it.
Like, I put on, like a Chinese dress. Those sexy Chinese dresses for Chinese New Year.
Yes.
Guys love it, and like I know they love it. That's why I'm wearing it. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, this is my culture. You just wear it, and I don't really dress it. I don't really act any differently. I'm just wearing it, but I think that's like enough.
Yeah. I think that's enough for sure.
Like you don't have to be like, oh my god, like I'm so kawaii. Like,
no,
you don't have to act like differently. I think you could if you want to. Like there are streamers that do that and they're successful, but I don't think you have to, but there is a market for it. If that's what you want to do, then you can also and then do that.
Yeah, for sure. Like I don't think it's necessary to have to like play it up or anything, or like play in. I hate playing into like certain stereotypes, especially if it's like bordering on like appropriating. But like, I mean, I don't mind if like you're monetizing off of it. Like for example, I wear a kimono on stage when I dance. And it also works because I'm Asian, so I know I'm playing it up in that aspect. I just don't think I need to go, like, put chopsticks in my hair and take a bow or anything like that. Like, that's offensive.
100%. But if you want to, I'm not here to say no because, like, there is a market for it.
Yeah, there's a market for everything. For everyone. Do you have to be a seasoned gamer to use Twitch?
No, I do game, but it's like purely for like just something that I like. But you know what? I stopped gaming for 2 months now because when I game, no one really cares. Like they like it when I don't game anyway, so I only game on my own these days.
Oh, okay. Like not on Twitch.
Yeah, because like you'd be surprised when they come on Twitch, they want to talk to you.
Yeah, they want to get to know you.
So like gaming is great, but unless you're like like really good gamers, then like I don't think you should feel pressure to game. But if you do want to game, then go ahead.
Then do it. Yeah. Okay. Last question here. So, is Twitch a good place to get potential clients, and what is the income stream like? We don't have to. We don't really like talking about numbers here on the podcast, but like if you want to say it's a good thing to like add on to your vanilla job or anything like that, you're more than welcome to, or you can just skip the question. Up to you.
Yeah. Sorry, what was the first part of the question?
Yeah, I mean, this would be hypothetical for you because you don't offer any in person or anything like that, and
is it a good way to find clients, right?
Yeah, but that's tricky though because you can't really advertise. So.
Actually, I have something to say that. I think. Whether or not you can find clients is up to you on your marketing strategy.
Yes.
I think everywhere is a platform to find clients. In any aspects, in all aspects, if you know how to advertise, it's business, right?
Yes.
Without advertising, there's ways to do everything. That's why there are a lot of sex workers on Twitch, actually. That's one. And the second part was...
Oh, in regards to, like, income stream?
Yeah, income stream, I would say a lot of people do make full-time pay. I would say a lot of people go into Twitch making it as a supplementary pay.
it's hard for me to tell you if Twitch is enough. Twitch by itself is enough, because the reason why like I would be considered successful is because I have multiple platforms and everything's going on at once.
Yes.
And everything is pushed, like, built in a way where it's like a complete branding.
Yeah.
So my online, the way I make money online is these people may be paying me on Twitch, but they're from another platform. Or these people may be paying me on another platform, but they're actually from Twitch. So it's like, it's hard for me to measure Twitch itself, because it should be looked at as like a general picture of all the platforms.
Yeah, you want like a holistic approach to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would say, if we look at all the platforms, just all the platforms by itself is already at least double of my daytime job, if not triple.
That's amazing. That's so good. Congratulations.
Thank you. But like, a lot of people don't realize that. And I would say that I happen to be one of the higher earners of my friends group, because, like I said, I keep going back to brand. I know it's so annoying. You probably have to cut out me saying this so many times, but
It's okay.
It's because of that. Like, that is the secret to my success, is literally you have to brand everything in the big picture. That's how you make the money. And like for me, like this money, I don't think is forever. So it's only like a short-term thing.
Yeah.
I don't let it get to me in any way. I think it doesn't mean anything, because I don't think it's like unless you're really that good to sustain it and you want to put it full time. But I think you have to always be realistic and reassess the situation.
Absolutely. And everybody's situation is different, even terms of like different cities as well too, so it's really hard to be like, is this going to be a livable income and stuff. So there's so many factors that come into play, but it just depends on your own situation, how much money it is that you need to sustain your life. So it just really depends. But like, thank you so much for sharing that intel and the insight on that. Like, it's, and over the entire episode, honestly, it's been so eye-opening and so great to have you on. But before I let you go, Chloe, where can we find you?
Yay, thank you. So I would always suggest, number one is to go to my Instagram. It's coco.chm. That is my Instagram. That is my handle. There's lots of spicy pole dance videos and modeling photos of mine. Mm-hmm. And once you click in, you'll see what I mean by branding, because you'll see the image I perpetuate. And then you can also find me on Twitch, which is Coco Baby, COCOBABII. For now, I might change it to coco.chm, but we'll keep that for now. And you can find even spicier content of mine, if you don't think that's spicy enough, on my Twitter. I'm not going to start saying all the handles, there's so much, but if you go to my Instagram, you can find everything in the link in bio.
Perfect. Awesome. We can do that for you. Thank you so much, Chloe, for coming on to the show to like tell us all about this wild world of Twitch and live streaming. And it sounds awesome. And I'm like so happy to have watched you grow over the past year and a half. It's been truly inspiring. I'm just like, girl is killing it. Like, killing it right now. I love it. So it's...
I try.
Yeah. Well, I hope you are going to be inspiring some listeners here. And Chloe does offer coaching as well. So feel free to DM her if you need an introduction. I'd also be happy to connect as well if this is an area you want to kind of go into. But with that being said, it's new episodes every single Sunday on all podcast platforms. Don't forget to like, rate, share, review, and subscribe. It's Strip by Sia on Instagram, Strip by Sia on Twitter, as well as my personal Instagram is Sia Steph. And we'll catch everyone in for another episode next week. Bye.
Bye.
You're listening to Strip by Sia, hosted, produced, and edited by Steph Sia, artwork by Maria Bellandarama, music by Ted D, and photography by Ian Dabburn.